What's going on, everybody? Matthew Nickerson, Sanji Global Consulting. One of the biggest topics of discussion last year in 2020 was not just cryptocurrency, but the discussion around NFTs or non-fungible tokens. In this video, I'm going to break it down and give you two real-world applications that's going to allow you to understand NFTs beyond art and the multi-million-dollar purchases that you heard about in 2020 and 2021. Let's go. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Matthew Nickerson again. I am here because I talk on this channel about investing, millennials, motivation, and I talk a lot about stocks and cryptocurrency and investments. But in this episode today, I'm going to bring you two real-world cases around NFTs and how you can have a sense of understanding on the purpose and how big this market can be in the future. So first and foremost, one of the questions that I get from a lot of people is, what is an NFT? So a non-fungible token is basically a smart contract or a token of exchange for physical property rights. So if you think about it, you can NFT a Twitter tweet, you can NFT a GIF, you can NFT digital art that also allows an artist to have his signature in the metadata. And basically, high level, it's just a token of ownership over a digital right. So we are tokenizing basically art, things within video games, GIF files, tweets, documents or writings. We can NFT and tokenize the authenticity of things, which is what I wanted to bring up in my two use cases of how NFTs are going to drastically revolutionize our ways of finding out authenticity of items that we buy every day. This right here is a Seiko that was given to me by my father, but one of the things that we could start utilizing NFTs for is, how do I know that if I buy this on an aftermarket like eBay or Craigslist, that the actual item that I'm receiving is actually authentic? So one of the use cases that I see NFTs going is things like products and verification of ownership. So rather than me losing the actual warranty or the information of ownership for a watch, let's say I owned a Rolex, a Seiko, and I'm trying to sell it on the aftermarkets, an NFT would be a digital blockchain verification that the item that I'm actually selling is a real thing. In nowadays, with Rolexes being hot commodities on the markets, lots of people are wanting to know the authenticity, whether it's real or it's fake. Another thing that, a lot of millennials go through is that there's a lot of people that are hype beasts. So there are people that really appreciate shoes, and they want to know whether the person who's selling the shoes to them, these custom kicks, whether they're real or not. If Dior comes out with Dior Jordan collabs and there's only 200 of them in the world, how will you know that the Dior Jordans that you're getting are actually authentic or not? Using the NFT and the blockchain, you'll be able to figure it out because you'll be able to see a transparent method that is non-hackable, such as Bitcoin and Ethereum, that allows you to really see the authenticity and the ownership of it. I can transfer tokens to another person, giving them those digital rights to it. So not only am I selling it to them, I'm also selling the digital tokenization of that, allowing another person to know that I in fact own the token of one of 200 of the Dior Jordan collabs. This is a really big step towards knowing what you're getting and knowing the authenticity of the kicks or watches or items that you're buying are actually authentic. Think about a Lamborghini, a Porsche, a Ferrari. Do you know that everything is authentic, or is there anything that's been messed around with? You can know through the blockchain. This is very important for our future. Last year, the biggest thing in 2020 was everybody was hyped on the craze of cryptocurrency. A lot of new people to the market, their first time buying in. And what a lot of people were trying to look at was like, what is the money side of this? How do I make money? What does all of this mean? They were starting to wrap their heads around the technology of these items. But in fact, the biggest thing that was coming to our understanding was the ownership of tokens, the ownership of coins, the ownership of this property, this Bitcoin, this Ethereum, the technology and the layers of protocols around it were actually more important than the value of the money itself. It's actually the ownership. So Bitcoin being the currency, replacing the dollars that we've been looking into and the hyperinflation that we're starting to kind of see across the world and the inflation in the United States that's eating up the dollar, we can invest our money into Bitcoin and Ethereum and all the other altcoins, but it's also bringing a whole different marketplace of concepts of insurance, voter integrity. uh, you know, we're getting into smart contracts that are also going to touch into the phases of finance. So everything that I've been talking about to people, NFTs, cryptocurrency, and the whole nine, it all plays into this new digital metaverse that Raoul Paul would say would be the exponential age. It's how we're tokenizing the future of money and property rights and the things that we own. This is a really, really, really big deal. Super big. And a lot of people don't understand this is beyond the Banksy that sold the NFT for millions, or the NFTs of the crypto creatures that sold for $50,000, $100,000 for each one. This is everyday items that we're going to be able to tokenize and sell for property rights and ownership of the actual physical thing. This is a whole new process. I hope this use case allowed you to understand a little bit further on how big this market could be. But the watch example and the shoe example are just a few things that an NFT is going to cover into the future that's going to allow our world to change for the better. If you like this content, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I would love to hear back from you. Put your comments in the comments below. This is material that's not just showing you charts. I'm showing you more than that, and I'm talking to people about technology, the use cases, the practicality around these investments and these platforms that are changing the entire world.